Oh, you did a picture of yourself.
Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Ukraine. And as you can see, we're joined by Jenny.
Hi.
And we are delivering much needed medical aid in Ukraine. And it's blooming freezing. It's cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey, as they say in England. I assume.
The chauffeur driven by Yaroslav.
Yaroslav in the front. Yeah. And we're just pulling in to L'Hôpital Hospital. And I was in Yaroslav's aid van. And ours is loaded up, ready to return back to the UK. Wow. So, how are we going to do this now? What are we going to do here? I need to get out. Give me a second. So we've been swapping trailers, getting ready to unload some more aid. Just before we left, we were unloading vape batteries, used vapes. Can't get my crutches on.
They'll go now to the little factory where they'll make pole packs. The last two that were made with our friend Paul, who is a soldier who was injured, very badly injured, and has gone back to the front to his men, and they were very welcomed addition to his kit. So please keep them coming in, because until they're banned, we're going to keep collecting. But over in England, they're not going to be banned. So if you can keep collecting them for us, we'll find a way of getting them over. So thank you. So
Paul's unit Aries, we got a fundraiser on for medical supplies at the moment, tourniquets and things like that, medical supplies and other stuff. And I think the nurse is giving the guys a bit of
Привіт.
Giving the guys some hassle.
Hello.
Привіт. Добрий день.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Добре? Добре. Super. So we've got huge volume of supplies. As you can see, bandages, sample, blood pots, lots and lots of consumables, lots and lots of cannulas, and all sorts of stuff that they need. And we'll just wait now for Yaroslav.
He's disappeared. I think he's gone to look for a trolley.
Gone to get a trolley.
Yeah, it's very warm in there, so if you're going to come back out, stay here.
Sorry.
No,
Please. So if you've seen any of our live streams previously, you'll recognize the location. And this is a hospital that we've supported now on numerous occasions. It's a hospital that performs upwards of 40 operations per day on very injured service persons. And basically, what type of operations, Jenny, do they perform here at the trauma orthopedic department?
Any operation on the limbs, our experience here now has been mainly soldiers now, defenders of Ukraine. There are some civilians, but this was 80% civilian before the illegal invasion started, and now it's the other way around. It's 80% and 20% civilian. How do you say the surgeon's name?
Serhey Harian.
Serhey Harian is doing about 32.
Well, his team now. I think he's
yeah.
probably got about 15 surgeons under him.
So the injury we're seeing is mainly leg.
Not this trolley again. Not the one with the wonky wheel. Every time.
A lot of them are amputations. Others then are shattered bones, and they're pinned together with a frame and with pins in the legs, depending on how many bones are shattered. Arms, and it's very, very cold here today, so there are not many soldiers here. They're inside, but there is the occasional one coming out for a cigarette or a break from the mundane tasks in their wards.
Just above freezing at the moment, and it's been snowing the past couple of days. I'm on camera duty, and Yaroslav is loading. And we were just talking about the way that it's shifted over the past 3 years from 80% civilian operations to 20% military to perhaps 80% military now. We've got aid here from Mary in Blackwood and Cardiff, Ukraine, and Penpakai for Ukraine. Also, George in Austria. How do you pronounce George's?
Georg Jachen.
Georg Jachen.
Georg Jachen.
And he's from Austria, and he runs an organization called Valendang.
His organization
North Life.
Not easy to pronounce.
North Life something? People.
Yeah, wait a minute. I will check it and will.
And Yaroslav speaks English, Italian, German, Ukrainian, Russian, Chinese, American, Canadian, Australian. Yeah, so many languages. A little bit English.
Yeah, he's. Wait a minute. It's.
These orthopedic boots you'll recognize, and these are really important. Please don't throw these away after you're finished with them if you're unfortunate enough to do them.
Verein für weltweite Nothilfe.
Oof. And that translates to.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Sorry.
We have another trolley. And this is bandages. And this is orthopedic.
Orthopedic, yeah.
Box of orthopedic.
In this box are mainly shorts adapted for injuries. These have been made by material by Maggie Caswell from Shrewsbury.
Shorts with poppers on them.
With poppers to open them up. So if they've got the metal, the pins,
external fixation.
or if they've got drips, they're able to put these on, and they can be comfortable and have some privacy.
Yes. Yes. Not wear the paper gown. Not wear the paper gown with your ass hanging out.
As the weather gets warmer, the wards will be stifling hot, and they need to get some cooler.
And so these suction Sort of like consumables for suction systems are obviously quite important as well. These are from George in Austria.
Do you know who these are? Were they from George? I don't know. I can't. I'll have to get
What
the answer.
language is that? I'm not sure on that one. It might be from
It's tablets for transplantology.
kind of Ukraine, I think.
What about this one?
Probably, yes.
These have no names on them. Are these ones you picked up somewhere?
George, yeah, we picked Mary's. I think we've seen some of Mary's go up. Welsh Aid for Ukraine volunteers. She's also donated a microwave oven for the wards, for the nurses or the soldiers to use up on the ward, and they'll appreciate that. Warm their pasties up.
Oh my god, I'm not doing very well.
Warm up your surnake in the morning. Surnake. Microwave oven to warm up your surnake in the morning. Beautiful soft cheese with like some raisins in it.
They were delicious. I got to confess, I ate the last two.
I ate the last one though. So I gotta confess, I had the last one. Yes. Ah. Oh. So we're actually heading back shortly to the UK. We've got a handout van bag to the finance company.
Then maybe let's go and we'll transport, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's too windy here.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Mind the van.
I'll be back.
We'll have to go past.
From George from Austria. I'll be back. So we're basically, while they're just taking those up to the ward, we will perhaps have a look at some of the previously donated wheelchairs. And as you can see, these are ready to be used. It was nice to be a bit warmer in here than outside. And we've shipped quite a few wheelchairs over the past several trips. This is trip number 55, and probably 50 of those we've been to this particular hospital. And it's quite an important hospital because the reconstruction surgery they do here is basically, I think that's a sign about rehabilitation. I think I have to ask about that. The reconstruction surgery, they literally grow bone, and that bone is reimplanted, and they use external fixations and internal implants then to rebuild the limb if there's enough soft tissue. We know patients that have had 26 centimeters of bone in their upper thigh, their femur replaced, and 16 centimeters in the lower bone, the lower shin bone of their leg replaced, over tens and tens of operations, and successfully saved the limb and got them back. So I'll hold this for the ladies. Stop it from rolling away. I was just waiting for Yaroslav and Jenny to come down now, and some of the nurses have come down to take over. Loading, and these high protein mixes for recovery, and say Jenny's boxes. They have what's that say on it? Orthopedic, so it's obviously related to this. And these infusions, the drips, basically from Austria, from Georgian Austria. But it's still a huge need, and we applaud everyone to make sure that their local hospitals and doctors do not throw away anything that's perhaps out of date and sealed. There's a microwave oven that was donated by a volunteer in South Wales and Blackwood, Marie. And more infusions. Boxes and boxes of consumables, bandages, dressings, cannulas.
This is a nebulizer.
Nebulizers. Yeah, just fit those in there. And a big thank you to Cardiff, Ukraine for supplying these. And they're usually used with infusing medications through breathing them in, or for treatment of breathing conditions and asthma. And unfortunately, some of the soldiers, they may be subject to chemical weapons, and these nebulizers will help with the treatment to any lung conditions and burns to their lungs.
Yeah, maybe I will.
So we're just gonna.
Yeah, let's just take it out.
Sorry.
And I will, after this part B, because ambulances are going here, and don't want to stop it.
We'll just leave it in the foyer then, and
They can't get out anyway because the
doors then. Oops, sorry.
I will go to the park. Vehicle will return. Okay.
Jack,
my bag's in there with my passport, so I don't want to leave it.
Someone's ringing. Someone's ringing the lift. Okay. I don't know if there's room. We'll see. Is there room? One more? One more? Okay. Oh, that one. Okay. Okay. We've got the VIP lift. Yeah. And Jack, super. I've never been in this one. This is a new lift, this one, for me. It's nice to see this lift working because I've never been in this one. Hey, it's fast. It's faster than that one. Oh, yeah. Wow. As you can see, huge amount of supplies here. And we nice and warm, lovely and clean, and amazing the change in 3 years in these facilities. It's fantastic to see such a huge improvement to when we first visited over 3 years ago. Time fly when you're having fun, eh? Unfortunately, not fun for everyone. I don't think it's been fun for anyone. And we're still seeing atrocious atrocities from the Russians on the nine children killed a couple of days ago in that playground. But I say it's so difficult to keep across all the latest information. Children die practically every day here, unfortunately, at the moment, due to this full-scale illegal invasion. Jaku, thank you. A big thank you to the nurses and Jenny for unloading those boxes. So we'll just wait on Yaroslav now to come up and give us some information. Just have a look. Look here. So we've got the procedure room. So it gives you an idea of some of the work that they do here with orthopedic trauma and repair. And huge amount of screws and pins and fixations needed to rebuild limbs.
Tomorrow, hopefully it'll be nice.
Over 100 new patients will be here tomorrow for Dobry. Привіт.
Jenny stąd приїхали, вони вже вирушають назад. Вітаю. Ви на свята чергуєте? Вітаю. Я готовий. привезли, ні була, раз багато привезли.
So it's seen such a huge improvement over the last 3 years traveling to these places,
Yeah.
and especially this place. They've done a fantastic job of
It's just
refitting it.
It's so, yeah, I mean, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but to think of the amount and the volume of injured soldiers who have got horrendous injuries. The place is so clean, so well run. Everybody knows what they're doing. There's no queues. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's very, very sad because it's unnecessary and it's a crime against humanity what's going on. Another soldier was there past with limb injuries. And this place is trying its best to save the limbs. A lot of limbs cannot be saved. They've either been blown off before coming in here, or there's so much infection because they're out in the fields, or dirt gets into it, and the infection sets in, and they're therefore we can't rescue them because when the Russians see
Not
rescuers,
enough soft tissue even, to rebuild the limbs.
But the point I was trying to make was the fact is that they're getting rescued by other brave soldiers in ambulances, in rescue vehicles, and they're deliberately waiting for them to get put in there, and then they attack them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's double whammy. Then they have a double injury that might have been able to be saved.
Yes.
So people like
Vasil.
are working tirelessly to try and save the limbs, and when they can't, they work hard to patch them up as best as possible. Another surgeon, they're very busy, 24 hours a day. So
Go on. Carry on. You're in
It's a big religion holiday in Ukraine, but all surgeons are working, and now it's it's about 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. o'clock, but it's a lot of operation. Tomorrow will be over 100 wounded soldiers more, and they are moving by train, and they are preparing now to have a place, just because it will be more operation. And проходьте, бо ми
Please.
так. And all medical staff are working like non-stop. It's 24 hours operations, and it's incredibly big job. It's a lot of help, and it's a big thanks to Vasily and for all surgeons, orthoped and trauma team, surgeon team who are making it's in one day up to 35 operations, because it's every time we are here and we see new faces. It's a lot of wounded, a lot of injured soldiers.
And 100 odd coming in tomorrow to this hospital.
It's every week. It's between 100 and 150 wounded, injured soldiers are arriving to Ternopil.
And can you tell us where have these soldiers? Are they in a holding hospital waiting to come here, or are they coming straight to you from?
To be honest, we have some location hubs, but let's say, and they are mainly major military hospitals which are located in the east, like in the Dnipro, or in the center in and they are accommodated there, and they are evacuated on the weekly basis to our setting. And as Yaroslav mentioned, they form for about 100 or 150 soldiers every week, and they evacuate them to our setting, and we try to provide definitive surgical care to the wounded military from the forefront.
But I can also ask, if you're having such a large amount of soldiers coming in, where do they all
Sorry,
go?
Stefan.
Yeah.
Remember Stefan from previously. He's looks like he's in the middle of
We try to,
something.
I've asked a question of that they're having such a large amount coming in tomorrow. Where do they put them on? Where do they go? Because you have constant traffic
so
coming in.
we try to apply the stage approach to the
Right.
treatment, and in the first stage we try to heal their wounds, and then we send them to the nearby hospitals where they stay for their wound care, let's say, and as soon as their wounds are healed nicely, we ad, admit them back, and then we heal their bones, let's say. We operate on for their fracture management.
So you could have each soldier could be coming back time and time again.
Yeah,
To have.
yeah.
So it's not just an easy fix that they come here, they go.
Exactly.
They have to keep coming back, as we well know with Paul.
16
Paul
operations.
Ogilvy, he was back and forth here, and I've got to say you do an amazing job. And I can't.
It's your kind.
Yeah, but
And it's
your
world
talent.
it's
your
world
talent,
leading
Yeah.
surgery that they're performing here. There was that soldier from Irpin, I think, who had 26 centimeters of bone replaced and regrown.
It was 2 bones. One is tibia. Because it was multi-injured, and it was on tibia. It was 16 centimeters. And on famous. On famous, it was also 13 centimeters, and together it's 26, and it's like amazing that on one leg it's a growing and returning to normal life. Injured soldiers, it's an art, but it's very hard work, for both sides, from doctors, surgeon, so operations, and also from the injured patients. They need to work, and it's passing through pain every day, years. So
Does the
period.
doctor know how many operations on average injured servicemen are having, like an average amount of operations they have to do?
In one day? Or?
No, for like an average, or is it really vary massively depending on the injury?
About hours, in one operation,
No, the amount of operations.
You mean how many surgeries a serviceman might get on his limb in order to get him back to life?
Yes.
So it strongly depends on the case to case, and of course there are some cases when we can do just from 3 to 5 surgeries and that's it. But at the same time there are some of the wounded militaries who might get dozens of surgeries up until their wounds and bones are healed completely. So it depends.
Okay.
And that just goes hand in hand with, please don't throw away any medical supplies. Please let us know, because we can decide whether they can be used over here. The number of soldiers coming in, and still they are treating civilians as well as soldiers. They need items, bandages. I know you need a lot of bandages, but there are other things as well. I mean, beds. Are you still looking for beds, hydraulic beds and things like that?
Do you know the priorities that you're short of?
Sorry, what
Що є в пріоритеті зараз, які є запити в пріоритеті? Що вам потрібно зараз?
So it's mainly some supplies for the fracture care, of course. So we need some metallic implants, of course, for the for the proper fracture care. Yeah, and there are also some circular frames which are also used in the Great Britain widely. Yeah, and their property is also that they can be reused. Let's say, because in Great Britain, as far as I'm concerned, they might also be used once, but still we can
You
reuse
can
them.
sterilize them.
Exactly.
And you reuse them.
Reuse them with the properly here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're hearing this from people who are doing operations. So please don't waste anything. If it can be surgically, not sterilized, they can do that. When we come here, most of the soldiers have circular frames with pins that are helping the bones fuse together. But anything, just let us know, and we can tell you whether it's usable or not.
So if you are in touch with any orthopedic surgeons or your local hospitals, please ask them to keep these external fixations, and we can arrange to get them to Ukraine. And is there any other consumables, sort of surgical consumables, that you need a lot of for all these surgeries? You go through a lot of like cannulas, I assume, and the
and probably whatever might be used here, because we have such a great workload and patient's load in here that everything could be applied properly. So
that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for what you're doing
Dziękuję.
for these brave men and women. And I pray that you continue and people like.
Можна пару слів ще з вами, бо ми якраз 80 людей там з різних країн, і ми якраз в лікарні зараз. We are now in hospital, and Сергій, ви вже скільки знаходитеся тут? Yeah, it's Сергій. He was wounded 2 years ago, and he's has an operation, and he's 2 years in hospital, and it's not easy to pass through all this.
2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Soon will be 2 years. Yeah, and it's thanks to doctors, they are making a lot of operation, but it's not easy in a difficult wounds. Yeah, with, after explosions. Yeah, it's a lot of small fractures, and it's to return to renew bones and soft tissues. It's not easy. It's sometimes it's steady operations. Sometimes it's a lot of operations that soldier doctors need to make, just to return to normal life.
And could you ask how many operations has he had so far?
Якщо можна, Сергій, скільки вже операцій було у вас?
Біля 20.
It's about 20.
Я вже з рахунку збився, чесно. Після 10-ї я вже не рахую.
Yeah, after 10 operations, he's not calculating, but it was over 20.
And I suppose coming back, you get to know these people very, very well.
yeah, exactly.
And they become your friends. And I think that when you see them on their last operation, you have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
One of that's it, you don't see them again, and two, that you've done a good job.
Yeah, and we also celebrate their birthdays together. We know every birthday of our long-standing patients. Let's say so they become to us like our relatives.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Can we ask how he was injured?
Чи можна Сергію запитати, якщо ви не проти, яке було поранення, коли було поранення? Як сталося?
Поранення?
Був на позиціях, в окопі, прилетіла міна, і поранило в ногу, в руку, в бік і плечі. Плечі тут таке легеньке було. Евакуація була десь мінімум 5 годин, поки мене витягнули. Ну і там, відповідно, 3 машинами не везли. Квадроциклом, іваком і потім здоровим іваком. Ліман. Ну, а там по етапу вже. Все як всі.
It was in Donetsk region, and
Серебрянський ліс, якщо...
it's a Serbiansky forest. It's a lot of people know about it because it was a really hot place, and it's a lot of it's a lot of still now. It's a lot of fighting in this place, and it was he was in trenches, and mine exploded near him, and he was wounded in his left leg, left hand, left side, left shoulder, and back, and it's very difficult explosion, wound, yeah, difficult trauma, and he during 6 hours it was only evacuation that they take him off, because it's not easy to take when it's attacking. It's very important as soon as possible to take off wounded soldiers, and he wait a long time, and they evacuate him by quadricycle, and after this second stage it was a small evacuation vehicle, and it's like truck, and after this it was an ambulance and evacuation vehicle that he goes to Liman. It's like a close first stage of helping, and it's very important during this evacuation that if it's fast, if it's good done, it's soldiers has a chance to survive. Yeah, and after this now is 2 years. Yeah, with over 20 operations.
And does he have good odds at saving his limb?
Sorry.
Are the odds good that he will retain his limb and full use of his limb after these operations?
We hope, yeah. I think that you have to understand that it's not easy trauma. It's including bones, soft tissues, and also nerves. Yeah, and nerves, it's most difficult, and it's a long time of returning, and in some cases it's possible, in some cases not. And maybe it's better to ask Vasil, what is the chance, yeah, just to return, and
so the level of injury to his limb is pretty high. It's like high in the side, yeah. So an amputation would not be an option, since it has to be performed quite highly, you know. Yeah. So whenever possible, whenever it makes sense, we try saving the limbs of our wounded soldiers, and in this particular case, it makes great sense, and the limb can be get back to the normal function in this instance.
Well, I think he's in the right place. If anyone can save the use of the limb, it's the team here, Sergei, Harian, and Vasil, and all the other surgeons here, because I've seen amazing work that they've done, and with your help they can continue that work and get these guys back on their feet, and back into whatever direction that they feel they want to go into after they are rehabilitated and able to return to civilian or military duties. So yeah, we wish you get well soon, and hope to see you on your feet next time we are here in Ukraine.
Дуже дякую за те, що ви, як воїн, зробили, і всі ваші побратими роблять. І не бажають якнайшвидше видужати. І надіються, що наступний раз, коли приїдуть, то вже побачать, що ви вже робите перші кроки на своїх ногах. І дуже тішиться тим, що відрізняється медицина в Україні і в Великій Британії, тому що в Великій Британії ніхто так довго не лікує ногу, роблять ампутацію і ставлять протези. А в Україні лікарі турбуються і тривалий час, понад 2 роки. На жаль, але там за кордоном рахують якби гроші, що ось цей час, тільки тут треба заплатити лікарям, якби потратитися, то нібито дешевше, так, що ставити там протези. Це відрізняє якби українську медицину, вона таке якби має обличчя людське. Так.
Does he have a message for the supporters back in the free world of Ukraine, and why we should continue supporting Ukraine?
Питаються, чи ви би хотіли щось сказати, тому що зараз багато є таких проросійських наративів про те, що не треба більше допомагати Україні, що війна йде постійно, треба її закінчити будь-якою ціною. І, можливо, ви би щось хотіли сказати для тих людей, тому що зараз фактично відео, там є понад 80 людей з різних країн дивляться, а потім це в записі передивляються тисячі людей. Можливо, ви б хотіли просто сказати.
Я тільки можу одне сказати. Дякую тим волонтерам, людям, які нам допомагають і нами піклуються. А нехай не вірять в те, що говорять другі. Нехай дивляться реальні факти і от тим керуються, можна сказати.
He just want to say, yeah, first of all, big thanks for all volunteers who are paying attention to Ukrainians, who helping or supporting, donating, create a lot of medical aid, because thanks to you, there's a possibility for wounded soldiers, for Ukrainian surgeons, just return them to life, and everybody want to have the limbs and to be healthy. And he said that he knows that it's a lot of Russian propaganda, but just you have to see what is the real situation, that it's important to continue, it's important just to help doctors, soldiers, and see that our fighting, it's real situation that we are holding now Russians on Ukrainian border, and this is its most important. Yeah, just please, if you can help, yeah, please just continue to help and to pay attention to Ukrainians. And I want also to say thanks to Sergei and for all Ukrainian warriors. You can see that here it's a lot of wounded soldiers, and I were in Kyiv, and it was about protests, and it's statistic nobody knows, correct statistic, but it's about 100,000 wounded Ukrainians that lost at least one limb. It's a huge figures, just for understanding level of what is the result of this war. And please, if it's possible, just to continue to help.
Дякую, Sergei. Дякую, Vasil. And Dякую, Yaroslav, дуже дякую. And thank you everyone again for doing what you're doing, and there's plenty more to do, and everyone can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ще доповню. Дякувати Богові, дякувати нашим лікарям, що ми живі і здорові.